was poppin', crazy. Percolate was really good. It is your man Theo Butler, and yes, y'all see what I got on, so y'all already know what time it is. Yeah, we do. Black Panther issue 5. Yeah, we about to get off in this thing. Yes, sir. Yes. If you can't tell, I'm thoroughly excited. Issue 5, my favorite character. So before we begin, let's do what we do. Like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. I think that's fair. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. I think that's fair as well. But yeah, we're about to dig off open anything. And man, listen, before we do this, can I do this real quick? Do y'all see Manifold back there? Yes, man. Look, come, you know what? Because I believe sharing it. Can we go back in? Listen, y'all know I do it for the culture, right? Yes, that is my Manifold. And y'all, that's the crew. That's the crew. Y'all see him. That's the crew. That's the crew. Oh, man, I'm loving it. We're going to slide on over here. Y'all know I got to give it up for the royal family and everything like that. We still waiting on Queen Mother Ramona. I guess we're going to have to do that by ourselves and everything like that. And y'all see that right there back up. My own version of my Midnight Angels. Yes, good God Almighty Jesus. I am, boy, look here. I'm going to come back down here. Wakanda, I'm feeling pretty good about my Wakanda. I'm feeling thoroughly good about my Wakanda and everything like that. Got comments? Definitely let me know and everything. We'll discuss them. But we're going to jump all up in issue 5. In issue 5, we are in Lawazi Sculpture Park, city of Burning T'Chaka and everything. We got some tourists and everything. We talked about this on a couple of lives and everything like that. They've opened up the borders to Wakanda. Then we see an older sister and everything like that. Look like they playing a board game. Good God Almighty, somebody got a scope aimed at her temple. We get the click. We get the trigger being squeezed slowly. All my marksmen out there, you don't pull, you squeeze. Squeeze, but you know, bam, my buddy get hit back to back, get bust on the back of the head. And we see that it misses the older sister, the older lady and everything like that. And she strapped up short. I don't want to insult her, but the older sister, some of y'all would call her grandma. Grandma come out letting that thing go. I said, good God Almighty Jesus. Meanwhile, T'Challa has taken down the dude that was a super. Have y'all seen T'Challa take an ass whooping yet? Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Dr. Eve. Thank you. From there, we moved to T'Challa. He assumed his civilian guys. It just has me dying laughing. My brother's like, listen, the people are terrified and who can blame them? I'm doing all I can to minimize the collateral damage. Now he's using technology that he got from the Lady Nightshade and everything like that. Once again, thank you, Dr. Eve Ewing, for going back, bringing the past to the present and making it make sense. Between surveillance tools I got from Nightshade and what I'm able to confiscate on my own, I can stay one step ahead of it, just barely. As I said to someone else, I believe if he was using pure Wakandan technology, his technology, he would put somebody on his scent. So what he's doing is being deliberate. I'm going to use somebody else's technology. That way y'all not going to ever think this is me. This is me. This is why I think people don't believe he is who he is. He look different, may sound different, definitely to a degree act different. Anyway, he moves from there. I said I was going to work on that word. Y'all make sure y'all use a counter of the number of times I use that word because I'm really working on that one. We find him, T'Challa, a saboteur, a bombsman, if you will. He says the Baba Nikisu explosive is set. The Ilonga witch will return in 20 minutes, just in time for... Dude turns around. It can't be. Yes, it is. It's T'Challa making it do what it do. And we have somebody else, We have somebody else laying on the ground. Thank you. Can I say thank you one more time? Thank you. Thank you. By the way, this is Reign of Dusk, part 5, and we need to give it up for Dr. Eve Ewing. Matt Shader on the pencils on the inside. I don't know. I like what I got going on. I'm just going to say that. I like what I got going on. I like what I got going on. I like what I got going on. Who's writing it? Who's drawing it? Who's coloring it? Who's inking it? And who's editing it? I enjoy it. There are going to be some but the thing is that I'm still fairly or unfairly. What I'm doing is, like I said, it might not be fair. I'm measuring her stories against the last dude. There's nothing good that I could have said about the last dude's writing. Nothing. So when I'm looking at what she's doing, it's measured against his writing. Now, y'all remember when I said, no, you don't, because I actually said it in a video that I did for this. I'm redoing the video. This is one of the best books this year. Take from that what you will. I don't give a damn who wrote what. I don't give a damn who drew what. I don't care. This is one of the best reads. No different than X-Men Red is one of the best reads. I don't give a damn who was on Ultimate Invasion. That 4-part, I don't care. I don't care whose name is attached to it. It's not as enjoyable as this. Ultimate Invasion was just as enjoyable as Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. That story did not move the needle for me. It didn't. Ultimate Invasion did not move the needle for me. This is me we talking about. I just wanted to get that out of the way. That said, we move from there to what looks to be a warehouse. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 Hatu Saraze. They realize they've been set up. Then the Kisu set them up. They realize it. T'Challa come in. A dog got more sense. He whooping ass. That's all I can tell you. He putting hands on folks. That's all. And ain't none of them folks putting hands on him. Why should they? He trained them. And he is the what? The most dangerous man alive, the deadliest man alive. That's what that is. Beat them. And not only do we beat them down, he talk to them after they do it. Like, think about this for a second. He beat them down so bad. He told them to go to their respective bosses. T'Challa ordered the ceasefire. Y'all want me to say that one more time? T'Challa beat them down. The Hatu were their hired help. He beat them down, told them to go back to their respective bosses and tell them it's a ceasefire. And you're going to be thankful that I let you live. Go tell them that. We go to the Ilonga family compound. We see grandma and grandson. This is grandma. This is grandma Ilonga. This is the sister that was shot at when we first started this story and everything like that. Her grandson being slick mouth. He is. Now, back in the day, didn't matter your age. If you got slick mouth to grandmama, this is what happened. He's saying is it too early? Is it possible to die of boredom? No, but you may die of the back of my hand, son. Learn some culture. Bam! What the hell? Now, hold on. I know some of y'all might be like, Theo, that scene ain't realistic. I'm in my 20s. I'm married to my first wife. We at my home, my grandmother, granddaddy home, because it ain't my home, Camilla, Georgia. My grandmother is sitting at the dining room table. I'm sitting at the dining room table. So is my wife. We having a disagreement. I get beside myself. My grandfather, no. My grandmother says to me, she says, you're not going to talk to her like that in my house. So my grandmother said to me, and hey, I like to learn my lessons the first time around. I said, Grandma, that's my wife. I didn't say it like that. I had a little bit too much bass in my voice. She said, who are you talking to? You ain't too grown. I knock your big ass out. I get me a frying pan. Don't make me stand up. Now, mind you, my grandmother, severe arthritis in both her knees. I know that. I know that. But Kazuko Slevin, cognitive dissonance. I didn't acknowledge any of that. I'm in better shape, better health than my grandmother. I'm not acknowledging any of that. As my wife at the time would tell you, no. She saw me go from being a 20-something-year-old grown man to being a little bitty boy in front of her eyes. She said, Dad, I said, listen. Because all I said to Grandma was, yes, ma'am. I kind of lowered my head like this. I'm going to always be scared of my grandmother, dead and gone. I'm going to always be afraid of my grandmother. That's my grandmother. That's what that is. That's a no. You don't talk. No. No. Anyway, after backhanding her grandson, someone comes up, interrupts her, and says, "My apologies for the interruption, boss. I have troubling news." She's like, "What is this?" He's like, she like, "Everyone out now, except you, Cassandra." Now, Cassandra, that's the granddaughter. The revelation we find out is that it's not Mama Ilonga that wants to wage war. It ain't. It ain't Baba Nigisu that wants to wage war. No, it's the grandchildren of Mama Ilonga, specifically her granddaughter and her grandson, that want to wage war. Let's keep it going. Now, she tells her granddaughter, "Shut your fool mouth. This is real enough. Your ambition makes you bold and stupid. The worst combination." Because she's trying to tell her grandmama, he's not the real. Yes, he is the real T'Challa. He is the real Black Panther. For the Hatut Zaze because he used to run the Hatut Zaze. I know people don't. T'Chaka ran the Hatut Zaze. Hunter has ran the Hatut Zaze. And yes, T'Challa has ran the Hatut Zaze. In essence, those three men have been responsible for the training that the Hatut Zaze. And since it was T'Chaka, if I'm not mistaken, that formed the Hatut Zaze, they've only known three real people. And they all from the royal family. So the ass whooping that T'Challa administered upon them in a warehouse is an ass whooping that they quite familiar with. They know that ass whooping only comes from one person. That's the person that trained them, taught them everything they know. That's why they say, "Hey, T'Challa said ceasefire." Grandma ain't stupid. Baba Ilonga ain't stupid. See, once you get to a certain age, that whole arrogance thing, you know who you are. You're good with who you are. You're not finna. It's when you young. You what y'all used to tell. What young folk you tell? You only live once. No, stupid. You only die once. I've been living for 55 years. I don't know anybody that's died multiple times. You live multiple days. Death. So, that said, they young and they reckless. A few days later, T'Challa is sitting out just chilling, enjoying the peace, enjoying the tranquility. Get a call from his sister on his Komodo beads. She like, "Hey, everything good?" He like, "Yeah." He like, "What's good with you?" She like, "Hey, I'm just seeing if maybe if you need some assistance." He like, "It's a good morning. You out for a constitution?" Because like he don't really want to talk about that and everything like that. She's like, "I'm out and about. This is only one of the ways that I can communicate with you, have some time to myself." She's like, "Look, it's the only way I get some time to myself." This tells me, going back to issue 1, there are issues in regards to how Wakanda is being ran. Not everyone feels good about the democracy. They don't. There are some people wanting him back on the throne. That's what that is. This is what this is. So she asked him, "Hey, is the ceasefire good?" He like, "Yeah, it's good." She said, "So you can take some time off?" He like, "Yeah. I can." I don't know how long it's going to last. She reminds him of something. They remind one another of something in regards to what their father, King T'Chaka, used to say. "In a field of poppies, it is easy to lose a blade of grass seeking the outlier." They both talking that together. She wants to know, is he the outlier and everything like that? Is he good? He knows there's some peace. He got peace and tranquility, but it's something else going on. So what he does is he goes to the residence of Hinsham Negisu. Now, here's what I liked about this. Thank you, Dr. Young. We talk about his abilities. She slided in there real subtly and everything like that, real subtly. You got to read it for what it is. His technological abilities, his physical abilities. He can't sense any sign of struggle. There's no one else's DNA. Now, sense sign of struggle, you see that with your eyes and everything like that. Furniture turned over. But DNA evidence, no, that's no scent. No, that's keys and phone and personal effects all accounted for. So he's using technology to tell him what's not physically there, but he's also using his innate superhuman cat-like abilities to understand how this dude just disappeared. Because ain't nobody else in here. Using the technology, they're able to trace back some steps. And what they're able to trace back, because what he does do is he goes to Inyobi, place of business. Inyobi, Shangamai's son. Inyobi, who's an attorney, who's Shangamai's son. He goes and he lets him know, say, hey man, listen, I didn't, you talked to me about some stuff and everything. I went to Hinshawn Nagisu's place and everything like that. I got this image right here. What you looking at? What you see? And he tell him, it looked like his shoe had a visitor. He did have a visitor. It's just, I can't explain how his visitor left. No trail in, no trail out. They just vanished. That don't make sense to him because he know what he, like I said, that's that technologically feasible. You just get in and you just get out. He asked him. He said, hey, tell me about Kabisu Mama. He ain't trying to hear this no more. He tired of playing with Inyobi. Inyobi like, hey, boy, stop. Don't even say that around me. Don't say that nowhere near me. Matter of fact, I wish I hadn't even told you that. Too late. You didn't told him. He said, well, look, okay. Well, I didn't told you, but look, you T'Challa, right? Yeah, okay. Well, you know good and well that stuff that happened in Wakanda, it ain't necessarily just happening on the physical plane. From there, we move to Baba Nagisu's crib. Baba Nagisu is talking to his sister. It was his sister's daughter who almost got murked by a deathlock. She like, what's going on? Like, I thought we had a ceasefire and everything like that. I thought we was good. He said, I thought we was good too. We're going to broker a permanent solution. The Ilongas want peace, I assure you. What did I just say? Mama Ilonga want peace. Baba Nagisu want peace. It's the grandkids. The Ilonga grandkids that don't want peace. See now, I wonder where mom and dad at. No? Okay. Anyway, been a minute since I said it. Don't make out. He hear a thump. He strapped up shorty too. He go round, see his guardsmen. I was thinking they was knocked out. I'm seeing the blood on the floor. They gone. Like, that's what that is. They gone. He sees a note. You want out? You want to be clean? Get out, yield your territory, and sleep soundly on your bed of your riches. He like, yield. Y'all got, man, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't do no damn yielding. Never shall I yield. Never. Do you hear me? Never shall I yield. We see Cassandra didn't know she had them type of skills. She took out them dudes by herself. Her brother says, Cassandra, let's go. Your grandmother will have your head anyway. She will be furious if Baba cuts it, if Baba doesn't cut it off first. Baba goes, we go back to Baba. Baba said, I will yield nothing, and he shall yield nothing. Do you hear me? The Phantom himself will have his vengeance. The wrath who rules all the game. You know, you got to be careful who you be calling upon. Especially when you know you dabble in stuff like that. It's just some stuff you just don't. Because what winds up happening is this right here. The clouds get gray. Lightning strike overhead. Then you get this voice. Tell me, who was it? Who permitted you to speak my name before these curs? You wish to say it? Say it! If that was me, I'm like old boy from Boondocks. You know, the older dude bald head. I done shorted my pants is essentially what I'm saying. I done shorted my pants when I see this right here. So, in essence, I liked it. Thank you. So with that said, you want to talk to Eve Ewing, you want to talk to Marvel, you want to let them know that you like the story, any ideas, suggestions, and everything like that. mheroes@marvel.com. I'll make sure I put the link in here. Y'all right here, okay to print. That's what you got to do to make your letter printable. Okay to print. Quote, in quotations, okay to print. Email mheroes@marvel.com. Yes, you want to let us answer by e-viewing. That's what you want to do. Okay to print. See it right there. Dr. Ewing, thank you. I like it. I like it, and I think that's what matters is I like it. Now, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. I believe in keeping things 1,000, keeping it a buck. Not everybody is going to read everything. And we had a conversation yesterday on a panel and everything like that. Not everybody's not going to read anything. This is a good book. But there are going to be some people that aren't going to tune into this book because of the character that's involved. And when I say that, I'm not talking about anti-recasters. What I'm saying is we just need to be real. There are some people that are not going to read a Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers comic book, regardless of how good it is. They don't like women. And they are that adamant about it. Their prejudice will slide into the comic book industry. They don't like women. There's nothing that you can put out with a female superhero as the lead where that comic book is going to sell. You might want to adjust your measuring stick. Just being honest. There are people that are not going to get behind a comic book with a lead black male character. They're not going to do it. Their biases and prejudices are going to come into play. Just being honest with you. And some people do not know how to acknowledge their prejudice and biases. They think their prejudice and biases are fine while they have an issue with the prejudice and biases that people have towards them. Damnedest thing, stop being a hypocrite. Acknowledge your prejudices and biases. Move them out the way. Be mature enough, be wise enough to be able to compartmentalize and can appreciate a good story. This is a good story. This is a good story. Creed is a good story. X-Men Red is a good story. And mind you, while I just got started on it, it's a good story. Not as good as this. The current Avengers title is a good story. Not as good as this. Not as good as X-Men Red. It's levels to this. So what I'm saying to the comic book companies, I understand what you might be going off of, but everything that you go off of doesn't take humans into consideration. Does not take our biases nor our prejudices into consideration. Don't wind up canceling something you ain't got no business canceling. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, before I go, make sure you click, like, share, subscribe. We're going to be coming back to y'all tonight. Blade 1, Blade 2, Blade 3. I don't know. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.